Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about a little bit of a touchy subject. It has to deal with motivation, right? How do you get motivated? Where do you find motivation? What do you do to become motivated? All different things like that. Basically, I'm here to tell you that motivation has to come from your own self. Now, I find with a lot of different people that I talk to and I meet, their biggest issue is that they don't really know what they want from life. They don't know what they want to do. They don't know which direction they want to go into. So you really gotta be able to first answer those questions of yourself, right? Who are you? Where do you want to be in 10 years from now? How do you see yourself as an individual? How do you think other people perceive you when they look at you? Those are different types of motivation. These are different types of ways to draw your direction into your life. Like, where do you want to go and where do you want to be, right? Now, most people, when they think of what they want to be motivated with or why they want to be motivated, it comes down to two scenarios in particular. One becomes a very aesthetic thing. They really want to look a certain way, whether it's they want to have fancy clothes and look like they're worth $1 million, whether it's somebody who wants to have a six-pack and be in amazing shape. There's still both aesthetic pleasing things. The other thing that a lot of people run after is money. Everybody wants to be rich, right? Being rich is really difficult, right? It's not easy. There's a reason why, the top 1% of our society collects all the money. It isn't necessarily because they woke up and they were born into, Fortune 500 families, but it's because they really had to work hard and really bust their butt every single day to become successful and to get to where they are today. So to think that nobody has to work to become successful is completely ludicrous. One really big motivational talk comes to mind. This is a very, very famous story. I'm sure you can go on YouTube and find tons and tons of different people talking about the same story. But there's a story about this one guy who he went to a guru, and he went to the guru to say, I want to become rich. Show me how to become successful. I want to make money. So the guru said, okay, fine, no problem. Come down to the beach at 4 a.m. in the morning, and I'm going to show you how to become successful. And I'm going to give you the secret to becoming, rich. So the guy said, okay, no problem. So he went to the beach at 4 a.m. in the morning, and basically what the guru did was drag the man into the ocean. He dragged him onto the water up until the point where his head was underwater, and then he held him physically underwater until the point where he had to fight to get himself out. So when he fought to get himself out, he goes to the guru and he's like, hey, what's your problem, basically? Why the hell did you hold me underwater to try to teach me how to be successful? I want to learn how to make money, not learn how to swim, basically is what the guy says. So then the guru goes and he turns to him and he says, well, in order for you to become successful, you're going to need to be able to fight through it. You're going to need to want to fight for your life. It's more than just I want to have a good body. It's more than I want to have money in the bank. There's so many other things to happen, right? Like if you were to open up a business, yeah, sure, businesses make money. But it's not just money that businesses make. There's also a lot of problems that come along with it, right? There's also expenses that you have to pay with it as well. So it's not always money that goes into your pocket. So what are you going to do to get above all those problems and those obstacles in order to make yourself breathe, in order to make yourself successful? Many people don't want to take the steps in order to get to that place. Yeah, it's going to be hard. Yeah, you're going to have to do things you don't want to do. There's going to be many days and times where you're going to say, sleep is more important. Oh, I want to go out with my friends. Oh, I want to go spend this extra $50 on a case of beer. Whatever the case is, there's always going to be something and a reason to draw you away from your goal. But the people who stay on path and they stay on their goals, those are the ones who are motivated. Those are the ones who actually want to make a difference in their life. Now, if you're not at the point yet where you want to do everything that it takes to make a difference in your life, then maybe you need to question the things that you are doing. Now, another one of the problems that I see constantly when I'm talking to people is that they're doing something that they do not enjoy. What is the point of waking up every single morning and going to a 9-to-5 job somewhere where you dislike? Now, I understand that some individuals are in certain situations and they have to work and they don't have the opportunity to take a week or two off to search for a new job and things like that. That's understandable. But for the majority of us, we have that opportunity. We have those resources to just be like, okay, you know what? I really hate this job. I don't like what I'm doing. Or maybe you have to go back to school and study something new to bring yourself onto a different place. You know, right? It always goes hand in hand. But to think that you're just going to wake up one day and someone's going to come into your life and hand you a $70,000 a year job, or to just hand you a car or hand you a six-pack, you know, for your physique, it's just not going to happen. You need to be the one that gets up and does it for yourself. You need to be the one that says, no, I'm not going to party today. No, I'm not going to sleep that extra 2 hours, and actually get up and do the things that you need to do in order to become successful, right? Being motivated is very difficult. Being motivated isn't something that everyone is born with, but everybody has the ability to do, right? It's mainly coming down to you actually being comfortable in your skin. It's coming down to you knowing what it is that you want out of your own life. No one can provide you with that answer. You cannot go somewhere and sit with a counselor or sit with a guru or sit with anybody of that kind of mentality and then just hand you a job or hand you a career or a life path or anything like that. It has to be something that you indulge in. It has to be something that you strive for. Now, it could be many different things. Like, don't let people get into your head and tell you that, like, graphic art has no future, or even being a garbage man has no future, or a plumber or a carpenter or a doctor or a lawyer. It doesn't matter what it is that you want to do. It just depends on how you do it. Right? I mean, I know lots of graphic artists and they're absolutely incredible at what they do. Is it hard for them to find a job? Yeah. But the good ones who keep pushing and keep going forward and want to make this a career, do they find jobs? Absolutely they find jobs. Is it a struggle in the beginning? Absolutely it is. But then again, it goes back with the saying of what, if it isn't difficult, then it's not worth it, right? You can't just expect to be handed a golden life and then just accept that life as well. The point that I'm trying to make here is that in order to be motivated, you really need to be comfortable with yourself. And you need to find that self-motivation within yourself. Now, it will only come at a time when, you know, you're mentally clear and you know what you want from your life and a clear path of that. And then you'll be able to put the pieces in place in order to get to where it is that you need to be. But don't think that it's going to come overnight. Don't think it's going to come without any hard work. I mean, just like I was saying before, everybody really needs to work hard in order to become successful and get to the places where they want to be. But if you give up, that's where the problem is. That's when you're going to guarantee the point where you're not going to get to the goals. Then that will definitely be detrimental to your emotions and, you know, your mental aspect and everything like that. And it will start driving you into the ground. You know, obstacles will happen. There's going to be times where giving up seems like it's the absolute best option, but I guarantee you that it is not. Because when you are giving up, there's another individual that's out there who continues to push and is going to get to the same goals that you're trying to get to. Now, the option ultimately is yours. Do you want to have that job with your title on it and your name on that, or do you want to give it away to somebody else? It really is up to you. Same thing with an aesthetic thing, you know, do you want to be stuck wearing, you know, size 40 jeans and not be able to find t-shirts that fit you and things like that? Or do you want to do what it takes, lose the weight one time and change your lifestyle one time in order to give yourself a great future? Now, this doesn't have to be something that you struggle with throughout your entire life. It just is a struggle right now because you're struggling with it. Once you're out of it, first of all, if you get back into it, you know what to do to get out of it. And secondly, if you continue on the right path and with the right type of mentality, you won't fall back into that unmotivated state.